Today's dating and society is just horrible. The new texting is getting to know you. People easily can move on to somebody else with a quick sliding in their DMs or getting on a dating app. Sleeping with other people is so much easier than working hard for it. People don't want to make effort anymore. We don't set up dates. We ask you, where do you want to go eat? What are you craving? Nah, man. Back in the days, you'd have to make effort. The 80s and 90s love is so much different. You had to actually talk to them. You had to call them. We didn't have FaceTime. We'd meet up for coffee. We would get to know each other and we build a future together. Today's society is, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And then you get ghosted or you get used and then they find somebody else. No one cares about your feelings anymore. The society of dating is crap. It literally makes me sick to my stomach. And to be honest with you, I'd rather stay single until I find that old school love. I'm nobody's temporary. I'm someone's forever. You better remember that.
Nailed it. This man isn't just complaining, he's mourning the death of real connection. And he's 100% right. Today's dating isn't about getting to know someone, it's about consuming them until something better slides into the DMs. Back in the 80s and 90s, you wanted to talk to someone, you called, you planned a date, you met at a coffee shop, looked them in the eye, listened to their laugh, felt the vibe in person. You built chemistry through presence, not text games. And if you liked them, you called again, left a message, waited, cared enough to try. Now, it's, hey, what are you doing? 3 times, no effort, no thought, no voice, just a lazy ping into the void. And if you don't reply fast enough, ghosted, replaced, forgotten. Not because you did anything wrong, but because attention spans are shorter than Wi-Fi passwords. He's spot on. Sleeping with people is easier than working for love. Swiping, matching, hooking up, all low effort, high reward. But building something? That takes time, patience, emotional availability. And most people don't want that anymore. They'd rather chase the next buzz than commit to the work. Worst part? No one cares about your feelings. You can pour your heart out, show up consistently, plan dates, invest emotionally, and still get dropped like trash over a typo in a text. Because in this world, people aren't partners, they're options. And options are disposable.
Dating nowadays is really funny. People will talk for a week or 2 or maybe a month. Then out of nowhere, they just stop talking. One person ends up feeling like shit, while the other person looks for something that will not work for them in the long run.
This man is calling out the emotional chaos of modern dating, and he's dead on. It's not about connection anymore, it's about illusion. People talk for a week, 2 weeks, even a month. Deep texts, late night convos, I can't stop thinking about you messages. And then, silence. No closure, no honesty, just ghosting. One person left confused, hurt, questioning their worth, while the other moves on to the next text thread, chasing the same empty high. And here's the tragedy. None of this builds real intimacy. It builds delusion. You're not getting to know someone, you're crafting a fantasy in your head based on curated words and timed emojis. You project who you want them to be, not who they actually are. And when they vanish, you're not grieving a relationship, you're grieving a story you made up. The problem? Texting without action is emotional limbo. It feels like something's happening, but nothing is moving forward. No dates, no voice calls, no real accountability. Just endless messaging that goes nowhere, keeping both people stuck in a loop of false momentum. And let's be honest, too many people use texting as an emotional crutch. They'd rather type, "You're amazing," than show up with effort. They'd rather flirt over DMs than plan a real date. Why? Because texting is safe, low risk, no rejection in the moment. But it also means zero commitment. So when things get real or even mildly inconvenient, they disappear. No skin in the game. That's why so many end up feeling used, confused, drained. Because you can't build trust through text. You can't create chemistry through small talk. You can't fall in love with someone's typing style. Real connection happens in person, in tone, in touch, in presence. So if you're stuck in a texting purgatory, ask yourself, are we building something or just avoiding the risk of real closeness? Because if it hasn't moved past the screen by now, it never will.
My cousin, who is younger than me, is getting married today. Meanwhile, I have credit card debt. I am in a toxic situationship with one of my exes. Last week, I was so broke that instead of getting an Uber to the airport, I had a random guy from Hinge drive me. And this year, I have had chlamydia twice.
This woman's story is heartbreaking, not because of judgment, but because it reveals a deep cycle of self-neglect, poor choices, and emotional disconnection. She says, "My younger cousin is getting married today, and here I am, in credit card debt, stuck in a toxic relationship with an ex. So broke last week I had a random guy from Hinge drive me home, and this year I've contracted chlamydia. Twice." That last part hits hard. Chlamydia, not once, but twice, isn't just a medical issue. It's a red flag. It speaks to a pattern: unprotected sex, casual partners, emotional detachment, or lack of boundaries. And when someone repeats the same risky behavior, it's not bad luck. It's a sign they're not prioritizing their health, safety, or self-respect. Now, no one deserves shame for having an STI. They're common, treatable, and human. But repeating the same mistakes, that's where responsibility comes in. Getting chlamydia twice suggests there was no real change between encounters. No reflection, no protection, no pause, just impulse. And that's the core problem. She's not ready to build a life because she's not even taking care of her own. Credit card debt? Okay, many people struggle with that. But what are you doing to fix it? Are you working extra, cutting expenses, or still going out every weekend, spending on drinks, maintaining a lifestyle you can't afford? A toxic relationship with an ex? That's not love, it's addiction. It's comfort in pain. It's choosing familiarity over peace. And if you keep going back to someone who hurts you, don't act surprised when your life feels like a loop. Let's talk about the Hinge guy driving her home. That's not clever, it's dangerous. It shows how low her standards have dropped. She's trusting her safety to a stranger because she can't afford an Uber. That's not independence, it's desperation disguised as convenience. And all of this together, the debt, the STIs, the unsafe choices, the emotional chaos, sends a clear message to the world. I don't take myself seriously. And when you don't value yourself, no one else will either. Men won't respect you, partners won't commit.
See, maybe I'm tripping. I thought like dating was to like get to know the person. You dig what I'm saying? To see if like I like them enough, or I like them as a person to be a valid candidate to be my spouse. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I didn't know like we was dating, like dating was to immediately like find a spouse. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm tripping.
This man is asking a simple, honest question that cuts to the heart of modern dating. I thought dating was for people to get to know each other, to see if someone is a good candidate for marriage. I didn't realize it was expected to immediately find a spouse. And he's right. Dating used to be a process, a journey. You met someone, went on dates, built connection, learned about their character, saw how they handled stress, conflict, kindness, and over time, decided if this was someone you could build a life with. But today, dating has been hijacked. It's no longer about discovery, it's about consumption. Too many people aren't using dating apps to find love, they're using them for hookups, ego validation, free meals, emotional distraction, backup options, content for social media, and worst of all, even couples in serious relationships are quietly shopping around. Ghosting, benching, breadcrumbing, treating love like a backup plan instead of a commitment. They say they're exclusive, but keep their profiles active. They claim loyalty, but flirt with others when bored. So yes, it's messy, because the goalposts have vanished. Some people want marriage tomorrow, others want fun with no strings, and most are somewhere in between, confused, lonely, pretending they're not looking for more while refusing to commit to anyone.
Women cheat a lot, and they're way more quicker and way more slicker than men. Because women will stick to the routine. Men will switch up. All of a sudden, the man's acting weird. He's not answering the call. A woman will come home, feed you. Hey, baby, everything in the whole routine is the same. You will never know. And men, y'all are not as like tuned in. So women, they do be cheating. I know plenty of women and stories of women who be cheating and doing their thing on the low.
This woman makes a bold claim. Women cheat more, and they do it better than men. Why? Because they stick to the routine. They don't act distant, miss calls, or change behavior. They come home, cook dinner, act normal, all while leading a secret life. And because men aren't as emotionally tuned in, they rarely notice until it's too late. Now, is she bragging, supporting infidelity, or just stating what she's observed? It's unclear. Her tone walks the line between revelation and justification. But one thing's for sure, she's tapping into a quiet truth. Some people are simply better at hiding betrayal. But here's the reality check. Cheating isn't a gender sport. It's not that women are sneakier, it's that some individuals, regardless of gender, are more calculated, emotionally detached, or skilled at deception. Yes, there are women who maintain perfect routines, never missing a beat while sleeping with someone else. They're cold, organized, and emotionally compartmentalized. And yes, there are men who live double lives, second families, secret bank accounts, fake identities, for years without detection. Some even pull it off for decades. So is it about gender, number? It's about personality, control, discipline, lack of guilt. The ability to lie without blinking. Some people are built for secrecy. They don't get nervous, they don't slip up, they don't need emotional release after betrayal because it doesn't bother them. And let's be honest, opportunity plays a role too. A woman may have more access to emotional affairs during work hours, friendships, or social circles where closeness goes unnoticed. A man might use travel, late nights, or apps to build parallel lives. But the deeper issue isn't who cheats more, it's why we're so blind in relationships. Too many couples don't talk, don't observe, don't trust their gut when something feels off. And if you're not paying attention, whether you're male or female, you'll miss the signs. Because the real danger isn't that your partner could cheat, it's that someone could walk through your home, kiss your kids, eat your food, and you'd never know they were already gone.